Mhm. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back up here. Another day of wisdom and Asto-Gravitational energy report for you. Yeah, you see this picture, right? Um, if you've been watching the yesterday's report, you probably see it, what it was, the energy of understanding what it needs to be healed. But that healing, it's require what? Kind of like a sort of home, hospital, place. And this is gonna be about the energy. As the moon is gonna be going into Taurus, we're talking about this place of where the intuition and authority they're coming in together. But it has to have what? The healing purpose. Why? Because the sun is in Virgo and the moon is in where? In Taurus. And Taurus is all about this material situations, those energies of creating the environment, about the survival, which is including real estate, home, house, and so on. But since the sun is at Virgo, this is about home and place that we can heal, we can escape. This is why some of the families they're buying a second home, like escape in there. But the escape actually is the escape of all these three-dimensional situations, is in there of the heavy energies, and you go out there to connect with all things. You want to feel home back with Mother Nature, to understanding the things and there need to be going on and so on with this. That energy is going to be intense. Again, as we talk about it, that energy is going to come in for. But at the same time, for it, think about it. Where is going to be the place that you have to go and do this internal healing? Because that new internal healing, it's going to begin when the sun and the moon come together at Virgo. Okay, where is going to be the hospital? Where is going to be the second home? Where is going to be the place I feel healed? Where is the place I feel healthy for it? And this is kind of like this picture, kind of like the vision of the place there. You're connecting to everything. You're connecting to the nature. You're connecting to the birds. You're connecting to everything that it's out there within you. And this is why that energy is going to be calling for it. The things are going to be calmed down, either though that we are under the heaviest energies for it, but you have to feel a little bit more like I'm standing on my ground. A lot of grounding currently is going to be without the energy. Come on, the moon is in Taurus in there, grounding. Don't poke the bull. Okay, I'm seeing it here in Spain when the bull is poked, how angry they can be for it. But at the same time, the sun is at Virgo. Ground, ground, ground. And you may also feeling the Pluto's energies of going into a Capricorn, and those beautiful energies in there of the things that you need to do and need to develop. And some of you is going to be looking at for this kind of like a go back, reconnect to Mother Nature, go back into the place that it is about this home, okay, for it. So with that being said, in there, I'm going to be giving you the charts for the day. This is the energy at 6 o'clock in the morning. If you wake up, you're going to be thinking what about this authority is in there. And as you see it, the sun is at 1 degree, 32 minutes in there with the ascendant. That energy is leading directly up here to the moon. But the moon, it's connecting what? The moon, it is connecting right in here with Lilith in the North Node. It is about that past. Just because in the past it couldn't succeed, just in the past it couldn't be happening, and so on and so on. for it. It is time you to forgive this past. Okay. And the moon is gonna be not happy with Pluto. Okay. Well, things are not changed the way it's supposed to change, so I can change it together with the authority. Kind of like you're trying to take it over in your own way, which is it can be leading to a lot of negative paths in there. I don't want to deal with anybody, and I'm going to be dealing with all this, and I can do this on my own. This is basically what the authority, the intuition, it's telling you from within. But if you feel the actual properly energies, that is the authority in there. It's got divine energies in there. It's the authorities like, wait a minute. Intuition, why are you doing this? You should not doing it that. You should not doing those actions. You should not getting into those things in there and so on. And the moon tomorrow is going to be meeting Uranus. This is a unpredictability for it, but that unpredictability is going to be helping you to understand love and the transformations about love. Because what you know about love maybe is not what you think it is, what love is. Okay. So with that being said in there, I'm going to be going into the chart. So at 7 o'clock, you're going to be rising up in the morning. Midheaven, it's going to be at Gemini. Beautiful, beautiful energy. And today's the moon is going to be there. Talking about Pluto and Lilith together with the South Node. That's going to be this depth that we are going to be going in for it. Some of you may be dealing with healing something within the past in there that repeating itself for it, but there's got to be a reason. You need to understand one of the past services, that is a portion of that is not fully understood, and it's required it comes in. But also the past comes in for one thing, a very deep another thing. Do you know that the last time you were not standing on your grounds, you didn't understand what home is? Now we're going to give you the vision to not repeat the mistakes. So this kind of like energy is going to be coming in from the ascendant, that is it, with the true Lilith for. The energies is going to be calmed down because right now Lilith is, the true Lilith is like, I want to reach my destiny. Enough of this crap and so on. I got a goal. I promised my goal. I promised my things. I have to go and do it and achieve it. And you can feel those energies, but Saturn says like, oh, darling, you're not ready. And Saturn is just like slamming in that brakes for it because something is not right. Something is not okay. And you have to look what is not okay within you. Is that is a disconnections between spirit, soul, mind, heart, emotions, energies that can turn into actions. And this is what it is about it. That escape of feeling at home, you to go ahead and do this work when you trying to escape from anyone and everybody. But you need to understand that escape is escape. But the evolution is still going to be asking you for it. And with that purpose, the truth deep inside of you is going to come out. Okay? That ascendant is going to be showing up. You're going to be dealing with these energies later on of the day. But for right now, that is going to be this 7 o'clock energy. At 8 o'clock, love, of course. But the love right now, it's working on the healings. Venus is very well, good energies with Uranus. And Uranus is like, hey, Pluto is in charge. What? Yeah. Transformations is in charge. Transformations change me, tells me what the certain changes I need to do. And Neptune is tells me how deep those changes have to be. If I have to bring you down into the, into the mud, I'm gonna bring you to the mud. How deep I'm gonna dive you to in the mud? As deep as you're going to need it, until it change, until evolve, until it becomes the best versions of you. I mean, this can also be mine as well, calling for kind of like a collective dark night of the soul. And if you pay attention, a lot of the people are kind of like disappeared. Yeah, why? Because everyone is dealing with their own mud. Okay, some of them, they may be gonna be under mud, under the water, and so on and so on. Some of the people, though, it's like, okay, it's mud. I'm gonna be getting this mud bath in there. You know what kind of fun I'm gonna have with the mud? Man, I'm gonna be having everything in there, and so on and so on. But I can go to this mineral mud baths. They're healthy. They're gonna healing my bones, and I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna be like Shrek. And if you want to have enough fun into the mud, uh-huh, you guys see what I'm talking about. So with that kind of like energy for it, as the day go by, at 9 o'clock we are going to be dealing exactly with that, pointing towards Pluto. Midheaven, it's going to be at Cancer. A lot of family patterns or something about family. If you feel heavy, you need to understand and pay attention to this. This is the cardinal places where everything goes on. That is the environment for growth. Okay? After the main things that you are born, which is Aries, you're understanding the material world, which is the 2-year-old that goes around, and the only time you hear is no, 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 no. Then you have to learn to build friendships with the rest of the people and learning everything. There is it, what you're learning. It's about family. And that energy is right now at family. And the one side is going to be a very beautiful, because this midheaven in the one side is sextiling the sun, on the other side it is sextiling the moon. And now you understand this purpose between the moon and the sun, talking about this beautiful, beautiful house. You know, imagine you take your family away from this busy hatred, self, kind of like develop this culture into these big cities that is everything is about compete and go get things and so on. And you forgot about Mother Nature. You forgot about your inner callings. You forgot about all this. And you're just like, you know what? Hey, boss, I got situations. I'm going to be taking day off. And you bolt out. You bow out, you go out in the woods, you go out to your places. It all depends where you live. Okay, someone's gonna go to the woods, somebody's gonna go to the beach, someone's gonna go to the river, someone's gonna go to the Patagonia to go meet the penguins and be in the snow. It all depends how you guys want it, whatever it's yours. But that is it, that energy is right there, that is gonna coming in and is gonna be doing the proper energies for it. Because right now Venus wants to what? Venus wants to heal, but she's looking at for this place to heal. And now the place is provided where? In the family. Because who is in the family? The mother and the father, the moon and the sun. But the moon and the sun, they also have to heal. That's that energy that I'm trying to explain, where the family kind of like gets together and they solve their healing problems together, hopefully. All right, talking about the next hour, that's gonna be at 10 o'clock in the morning. The ascendant is within Libra there. It's gonna be squaring this midheaven at Cancer. Of course, relationships in the family. What is the relationship in the family? How that goes? Okay, so it's all about to understand and have this respect towards everybody, and things has to be learned. Midheaven, it's training Saturn right now, and Saturn says, "Lucky, you didn't learn the proper behaviors in the family. Well, here it's that thing that you need to learn." You don't like when they comes in and they tells you, you know what, we're just gonna pack all that stuff and we're just gonna go. But I have a plans. I need to meet with these friends, with that friends, dad and mom. No, 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 no. We're gonna be together as family. What do you mean by that? We never done this before. Breaking patterns, evolve. That's what this is meaning there. All right. Talking about the next hour, people with kind of like a bruised ego, they are gonna be feeling at this because that energy of the midheaven with the moon and Pluto is not that kind of like a pretty. This energy is gonna be calling for a lot of things in there, but that energy, if you're acting of these old patterns, for it, that energy is gonna be screwing the things up within you. But since it's not that much active, it's gonna be getting active in about 11:15, in about 15 minutes past 11. For it, that energy can comes in and remind you about what did you did before. How did you ask in there? Oh, he has to have a this, he has to have a that. It must be, all these kind of like a preferences and so on. Now you're like, no, I don't care about the place. I just want to have to do the work there at the place. You're going to be seeing it because this energy is between Taurus and Virgo. That's what they are calling for. All right. Next hour, which is going to be at noon, divine energies with Saturn. Of course, divine learnings about this ego, these situations that it's there. Mercury, it's still retrograde. It's going to be come out. But right now, Mercury is focused more about, hey, heal. What I need to heal? The love. Self-love within yourself. Okay? Whatever it's going on in there. Right now, the Venus is beginning to kind of like getting that internal healings. A lot of the work could be focused more within the feminine energies. Basically, this toxic masculine, they will learn how to behave properly with and soft with the feminine energies, and the women's, the females who has not developed this soft feminine side, this part of being in a relationship. Right now, they're developing and they're healing at some of the patterns in there. It is what it is. And of course, the authority right now understanding all the lessons in there, understanding all the things that's coming in. Now the authority is with the divine energies. Despite of everything about it, that it still have this Venus oppositions with Neptune and oppositions with Saturn and all this squaring with Mars and Jupiter. It's like, you know what? I have things that I need to do. I'm working with the universe. I'm trusting the divine and I'm going forward. Yeah. There was one thing in the business that was said long time ago. They either gonna join, buy, or die. But those are the three level of evolutions is in there for it. Either you're gonna join the divine energies, you're just gonna go ahead and get something out of it, or you're just gonna be kind of like feel like the death inside of you. But what death? Death of the ego, death of the things that doesn't work inside of you. Okay, and through those wisdoms and divine energies that it's coming in right now, the authority is like, you know what? Intuition, I agree with you. We need some holiday. Why just now we're gonna go bolt out and have this holiday? But be careful that holiday, okay? Be mindful about this holiday. Because later on, the moon in 2 days in there, she's gonna be a Gemini squaring the sun. This is the third quarter squaring the sun. And now you're gonna be like, having this nice holiday, but you didn't resolve the situation. You don't resolve the things. Guess what? The thing's gonna surface. It's like, why did you not tell me about this? Why did you not talk about this? Why did not say this at the beginning? Or so on and so on and so on. There's gonna be some turmoils coming in. But right now is about you to set up the proper pace of this for it. And if you need to go someplace, just really go for it. All right, this energy, you guys know that, man, I'm just tired of this energy personally. You're talking about this Mars square midheaven, the Virgo, and Mars squaring the Venus, and Jupiter squaring Saturn, lack of the growth, lack of movement. You just kind of like, you don't want to deal with nothing, absolutely nothing. You just Well, that's what the part is. When you go to this house, what are you going to do? You're going to be eating there, making a coffee, and do nothing, really. Nothing in as a normal operational business parts or life paths and so on. You're going over there to connect with nature. But right now, you're feeling like this stagnancy. And you're like, you know what? I don't like this gel. Some of you may be going to find yourself like you're in this gel. That could be emotional, psychological. That could be a gel that it's made it out of wrong beliefs, belief system, or a weak soul, weak spirit, simply because your ego is too much in there. And now you're kind of like you're realizing this gel and you want to bolt out. Yeah, bolt out. But bolting out for what? To put your intuition and the authority to be working with yourself. And they're going to come in very beautiful, very great energies for this. But they show you the problem. If you don't have the problem, you don't know what you're dealing with. You always have these issues, but you don't pinpoint at the problem. Now the problem is going to be coming up. And it's coming from the past relationships. You're going to see it in the next hour, which is this is going to be at 3 o'clock in there. That is those energies of this things that you have done in the past. Review. You're reviewing the past relationships right now so you can properly develop yourself for the relationships you want, where you're going in life. Okay? And usually what people do, it's more easier in there, it's to give up on the relationship. Simply because it's too much pressure. I don't have love. Mars and Venus, they don't care about each other. All the suppressions from Mars right now that says like, hey, you are not ready for this love. Work on you. And guess what? You're like, you know what? I'm just going to bolt out. I'm just going to cut it off. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to get it in there. And I think that by not dealing with the problem, I'm going to be okay. And guess what? The problem's going to come back. The problem's going to haunt you. You're going to be haunted about this because it's an unresolved issue. It's you didn't understand it. You didn't process it inside of you. Anything you will escape. There is no escape of evolution. And don't make these illusions within your mind that you can escape evolution. Another thing here is don't make projections or expectations in there. If it's you, my personal advice is when you put the expectations and you see this expectation door that you're walking in, lock it up, throw the key, or put a, do not enter sign in there. It's don't have those, okay? It's gonna be much easier. All right. Talking about in the next day, that's gonna be at not next day. I'm sorry, that's next hour for it too. It's gotta be something important for the next day that I was wanted to tell you for because I was looking at this energy of the moon that's gonna be joined with Uranus. This is gonna be a very powerful energies towards Venus in there, but that is it when you find a place and you have actually time to spend about the love. So but still we're still in it today, so there is nothing wrong you to go ahead and set up your times for the great weekend to have in there. All right, be mindful about those expressions because those expressions been very heavy and intensified. Yes, they're kind of like a calm down a little bit. They're not that much intense anymore because Jupiter and Mars, they're beginning to separate and you feel more free of this growth to go ahead and break it away in there. But currently that energies are going to be coming out so much from this expression, and someone can comes in and point fingers out and shame, guilt, blame, and so on, and you just like comes from here and bolts out from over there. Why? Because this is going to be this Mercury retrograde energies, which is Mars right now. It's kind of like a taking most of the energies in there. Mars is going to be like, I see this incoming energies and I gotta react something. React, but before you react, what do you need to do? Learn. Learn how to react, because your reaction have what? Consequences, positive or negative. And as soon as you go to the positive, you're going to end up in another choice, positive or negative. Each one is going to be positive. But the more positive you're going to be, the higher the negative you get. And the thing is you to understand this pattern and you to be standing in your grounds. Standing on your grounds during those moments is like this mountain into the sea. Yeah, there is this hurricane comes in and the waves are high and so on. And the mountain just said, I'm standing here. I know that you're mad, you're angry, you're this and so on. The water is going to come towards me, so on. But I know when the hurricane passed, everything's going to be okay. Everything is going to be fine. As long as you know that. That's all that matters. Well, work. Who's going to have to work? The soldier, the Saturn, the Venus, a lot of issues, a lot of situations. And you're kind of like feeling this pressure that it's there, plus the midheaven that it's at Scorpio is going to be opposing the moon. It's like, this kind of like a codependency thing is like, yeah, I want to have this, what you have. You know, those people that want to have what you have, and they're like, they cannot have it. And you just go ahead and tell them, well, you can develop. You can show them the road, but you cannot walk it for them. And this is going to come in from the North Node divine energies with that inner work. But that inner work, it's coming from what? From the authority. Even if your boss says he cannot take a day off and you're going to be like, I'm going to be calling sick. Don't you get it? I need to have this. I need to get this stuff within. And I'm unavailable. You know, we're talking about particularly those people who are actually on calls. They have these responsibilities and so on, and they're like, have this, it's called the weekend call phone in there that it's responsible and so on. And you're like, no, I'm not. I got the responsibility. What is my other responsibilities though? I need to heal my love. I need to heal my authority. I need to heal these situations within me. I'm not interested anymore of these fights. I'm tired of them. Can I handle those pressures? They're not good for me. I need to look something deep within me. Why this is coming to me? Help from the divine. I know those who says like the divine doesn't help or no guidance. Oh, you're gonna get the guidance. You see all those green lights in there. It's gonna come in and give you the resolutions. Yeah, but the resolutions are coming when you connect to the green, when you're connecting to the nature, when you put soul into the mother nature. How do you feel when you go out for a walk into a nature? Are you happy to see that nature that comes in for it? How many times you went to a place somewhere in the earth and you got this reconnection when you're on vacation and you kind of like, I always wanted to leave all the time here like this, but you all the time want to feel what? Like you're living in vacation, your life, you to do what you feels like it and so on. Okay, and now this is a what? It's rooted, but rooted where? Into the underworld, into the darkness. But you don't want to talk about that, right? Because it's covered with tons of mud and dust of everyone that told you what you should be, what you need to be, and so on and so on. So this is those kind of like energies that are gonna come in, but they're beautiful. A lot of answers are gonna be coming in. All right, 7 p.m. Ascendant is at with Pluto. Beautiful, powerful energies, reconnecting with the North Node, with Neptune, with the inner work expressions and so on. You're going to be expressing those energies. Okay? It's kind of like taking a break out of everything. those energies, they're gonna have a flavor, smell. You can smell the air. If you're by the sea, you can smell early in the morning, you can smell it, right? If you're in the rainforest, you can smell it, right? So if you're even in the desert, you can smell the hot air, this unhumid, hot, dry air, right? And this heat that it comes in. So you're gonna be finding out those changes in the transformations, and then you're gonna be like, why can I have it? Who is stopping you? Saturn. You want divine answers, you want divine energies, you want these positions, guys. But they come with the one uncomfortable word, which is none of the Sag loves it. Virgos doesn't love it. Oh, Pisces, totally, they don't love that energy. Let me tell you this. And we're not talking about even the Gemini. You know, this Gemini, Virgo, Sag and Pisces energy. It's called responsibility, holding you accountable. That's what this is. You are afraid to make the decisions because you're going to be holding accountable. Wow, this is your path to grow through this. And it doesn't matter what is your zodiac sign. You guys all have something to do with either Virgo, Sag, Pisces, or Gemini. And right now, everything it's kind of like put these pressures within you, particularly that Mars and Venus are in kind of like internal war, and they are connecting with Saturn. Brrr. But at the same time, they're connecting even with Jupiter. Even more brrr, right? So, looking inside of you, there is exit. You have to heal because the midheaven, it's connecting with and trine with Chiron. Chiron, it's connecting with Mercury retrograde. And that all energy is coming down here to the growth and Mars. At the same time, Chiron is also responsible of reconnecting to Venus, reconnecting to the love. Okay? So when you grow up, when you're 6 years old, it's your responsibility. That is the year when you're developing the empathy. That is when you're beginning to twinning other people, feeling their pain, to these mirroring energies. And there. That's what all begins. Because later on, we're going to be practicing those mirroring energies. Where? In Libra. All right. Talking about the next hour, this is going to be at 9 o'clock. Ascendant, it's coming out, and it's like, but I got to get to my destiny. I got to get to all this stuff. I see you in the past, and so on and so on. And the authority is like, good. But just because only you want it, that doesn't mean you got to do something. In order to fix everything that is there, you have to act on it. Dream is a good thing. Success is the dream turned into reality. You want to get into the path that you want, you need to get to work. Okay? You need to get to work. All right. Talking about the next hour, which is this going to be at 10 o'clock. Midheaven is at Capricorn for. Usually this is around when I start working on the astrology report. Up here talking about this public service and this growth. You know what the best growth is? When it's uncomfortable, when it's nasty, when it's dirty, when it's intense, when it's not beautiful. And you're like, you understand all this, and you're like, that is a growth in there. But the other growth is like, oh, I feel these lower energies, but I'm not going down. I'm standing on my ground. We are talking about these energies between Capricorn, um, Virgo, and Taurus, standing there, unmovable, unshakable. Very beautiful energies with Saturn. Why? Because Saturn says, don't change on that. Standing your ground. The moon is trining the midheaven. And then you have divine energies with Jupiter. The divine growth, it's there. But for those who do the work. All right, since we're talking about it, the work is transformation. At 11 o'clock, those who changed, they change. Everything is going to be good and great about this, because in 24 hours, actually, that energy is going to be a very interesting for it, because the moon, it's going to be joining Uranus right here. Okay, she's going to be coming in, and there's going to be that energy towards Venus, and the energy is going to be much more completed there. But that energy, as we said, it is about you to find home. But home is not just a place on earth. Actually, home is within you. You are your own home. The only thing is you need to provide the environment inside of you for your soul to feel home. That's what you have challenges in there. That is your own challenge, to embody the soul that is there. And our Pluti is like, whatever I'm going to lead you, it's going to require the soul. Are you ready for it? That's all that is. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for the watching. Appreciate you, and come back tomorrow for another day of wisdom and Asto-Gravitational. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Be love.